أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه الفائزين برضا الله ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. May peace and blessings from Almighty Allah be bestowed upon you. This subject, world hereafter, a myth or reality. To own a beautiful house is a dream, and one of the principal goals in the life of every individual. To realize this dream, he is ready to make any sacrifice. To achieve this goal, he is ready to leave his homeland and work in distant countries, in the deserts, in the deep seas, or in the depth of mines, far away from his wife, children, parents, relatives and friends. And with the money he has earned, he starts building his house. Meanwhile, his whole mind, efforts and time are fully focused in choosing, designing, planning and implementing things relating to the construction of the house, like the doors, windows, floors, tiles, lights, taps, walls, paints, etc. In this context, I happen to remember the story of an individual who had just completed the construction of his dream house. He had invited all his friends and relatives for a party to celebrate the beginning of his life in the new house. But it was not destined to be. In the night prior to that day, while he was engaged in checking the electrical connection of a dishwasher in the kitchen, he was electrocuted. This tragic incident reminds us of uncertainty of life in this world. All of us have heard of many similar occurrences. We know that man who was created from dust has to return to dust. Still, we often forget about the transient nature of our life in this world. People are ready to sacrifice everything to fulfill their long-cherished dream of building a house, knowing that it is something that can be destroyed by an earthquake, tsunami or tornado. In spite of our awareness of the transitory nature of wealth in this world, we do not do anything to ensure a blissful abode in the life hereafter. This indifference can be attributed to a skepticism whether God will resurrect us after our bodies have turned to dust in our graves. Then there is a story of a couple who had a girl child after years of patient waiting and prolonged medical treatment. All the dreams and hopes were woven around her. Their entire wealth and earnings were for her. Their whole life was centered on her. One day, when the girl got up from bed, she tripped and fell with the head hitting the floor very hard. Ignoring the pain, she went to school. But later the pain increased. She fell unconscious and she was rushed to a nearby hospital. Her condition deteriorated very quickly. Her death happened the same day, caused by a severe cerebral hemorrhage. The anguish and frustration of her parents is indescribable. Their little daughter, who had slept between them the previous night, was now gone forever. Tears flowed incessantly from the eyes of the father when he lit the funeral pyre. Everyone knows that anything can happen to the life of human beings at any time, irrespective of age or state of health. Even though we know there is no guarantee that our children will live long, we do not show any kind of reluctance in spending our wealth, time and energy for their happiness and success in this world. But do we do anything to ensure the success and happiness of our kids in the world hereafter? The complacency and lassitude that we display results from the doubt whether the day of judgment and afterlife are facts or fiction. There is yet another heart-rending story in which the parents wanted their son to become a doctor. The boy also worked very hard to fulfill the dream of his parents. He secured admission in a prominent medical college and passed all the examination with very good marks. After passing out from college, he was doing internship in a famous hospital in his hometown. On a Sunday, some of his classmates came to see him, and they decided to spend the evening in a nearby sea resort. Late in the evening, the parents received information that their dear son, who had been swimming in the sea with his friends, was missing. His body was found only after 3 days. Such dreadful incidents of death which shatter the hopes, dreams and aspirations of many others are not very uncommon. Young students regularly attend coaching classes, forego their sleep to prepare for their entrance examination, and endeavor to perform well to gain admission to their desired courses in the most prestigious institutions. They have to strive hard in order to ensure a bright career and to achieve a good position in the society. But we often read of numerous instances in which death intervenes and puts an end to the lives of many such aspiring students. People are ready to strive, struggle, and sacrifice everything to gain a high position in this world, even though they are aware of the fact that death may at any time cut short their lives, and that the glory, fame, and position in this world are all of momentary nature. In spite of this knowledge, why is man reluctant to strive to achieve a high position in the world hereafter? It is just because of the lack of conviction about the existence of the another world that man is not ready to prepare himself for a life after death.